Howdy ho there, friends. Bobby here today. Hey folks, today I'm going to be restoring these 10-pound plates here, okay? As you can see, they got lots of rust on them, looking pretty nasty. We're going to get these cleaned up, sanded up, painted up, so that we can use them on our curl bar inside. Folks, in my book, The Personal Body Makeover, I talk about equipment and how to put together a home gym for next to nothing, okay? Don't go out and spend a lot of money on new equipment. There are people out there that have fell off the fitness wagon and are happy to sell you or give you their old weights, okay? And their old treadmills and their old recumbent bicycles and stuff like that. You can actually get some great deals on some sporting equipment. So check that stuff out, guys, and watch this video and learn how to restore some old cast iron weights. First thing we're going to do is take our DeWalt orbital sander here with a piece of 60 grit paper on here. We're going to flip it on and we're going to sand the surfaces of these weights, okay, on both sides. We're going to knock as much of this rust off of here as we can, so let's get started. Folks, as you can see, that's looking really good already. We're almost down to bare metal there. We've knocked most of the rust off. Don't worry too much about getting every little bit of it off of there, because we're going to be using a Rust-Oleum paint in We got all 8 of them sanded up pretty good here. Now, we didn't sand these edges, okay, because I found out I got a neat little trick for doing that here at the house, because I have a brake lathe. I'm going to chuck all these up on my brake lathe and sand these edges while they're spinning. Now folks, I know most of you don't have a brake lathe at home, so you can take your orbital sander and you can just hold it down up against the side here like so, and you can keep working around the edge and you will get all those eventually sanded up, get all the rust knocked off of them just as well as I will. But I'm going to show you a quick little easier trick I'm going to use. Right, what I'm doing here, folks, is taking all these weights here, stacking them up on my brake lathe. There's 3 of them. We're going to go and get the rest of them on there, and we'll use this, if I can find it, this nut here, and we'll tighten it down, and then we'll spin this lathe around and sand these edges with our sander. Okay, I know it's hard to hear me, folks, but you can take a wire brush and just hold it on here and sand most of this rust, loose scaly rust off of here this way. Or you can take your orbital sander, okay, and as soon as I cut this thing off, you're not going to be able to hear anything but that sander and this brake lathe. But we'll actually sit here and sand it up against each one of these, both sides, coming back and forth, and we'll get these cleaned up really nicely. So let's get going. Alright folks, hey, that looks pretty good. We've got most of all the bulky rust off of here. We're down to some metal here and some spots here. This is good enough, guys. We're going to get these off of here, lay them out, get them wiped down, and we're going to get them painted. Okay folks, hey, we have some Clean Strip brand Prep All. This is actually just wax and grease remover. We're going to wipe all these things down good. And what I do, this is the way I like to do this. I use this like in paint and body work. And I learned the trick a long time ago. Just leave the lid on it, poke you a hole right here in the corner of the can, and just as you're using it, just squeeze it out of there, okay? This stuff does not have a super fast evaporative rate. If you're worried about that, you can always put you a little piece of tape or something on there when you're done using it. This stuff is great. It has a low flash. Well, it's not very flammable, I should say. I'm sure it is flammable. Yeah, it says right there, danger, flammable. But it's not super flammable, like gasoline or something. But you can take this, and this will help to remove all the grease from your hands or any contaminants that is on the work that you want to paint. Okay, all your paint and body guys out there, they use this stuff. Okay, so it's like the ultimate thing for any type of craft project or restoration project, even for the weekend warrior, even just someone trying to paint something around your house. Okay, just get you some of this stuff and you can wipe things down before you paint. All right, I'm gonna keep on wiping, then I'm gonna flip them over and wipe them again, and we're gonna get these things here painted in a little bit. Stay tuned. Alrighty, we're ready to do some painting here. We have some Rust-Oleum gloss protective enamel in the color Sunrise Red, friends, and it's gonna look good. Let's just go down here on the end here, and we'll start with putting on, oh yeah, it's covered really good right off the bat. I knew it would. I love this Rust-Oleum paint here. This stuff just really covers nice. I mean, that's one thin coat there. We almost got coverage. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put on a thin coat on all these right quick. We will let that tack up. We'll probably have to put second, maybe third coat on. Then we'll let them really dry, really good, to where we can flip them over later in the day and shoot the other side. Stay tuned. Okay, after just a few minutes, we allowing that first little coat to kind of tack just a little bit. We're actually standing on the other side, putting another light coat on. So it's kind of like a double coat in a way, really. Now we'll let this sit for like a full, 5-8 minutes or whatever, and then we'll come back and do the same process again. Okay folks, we got about 3 coats on this one side here. We're going to let this tack up really good, and then we're going to move it over into the sunlight for a little bit so it can kind of cure up to get pretty firm before we flip them on the other side, and then we'll get the other side painted. Okay folks, I forgot I had this little weight tree out here in the backyard that we had been using for a shooting range for a BB gun, but anyway, that's another story. I decided to hang the weights up on here, turn them the other way. See, this side, the inside's already been painted nicely. Instead of waiting for it to really dry perfectly so I can flip it over on that board, I decided to put it up on this tree so I can go ahead and get it coated. And we're just going to go ahead and get the other side painted as well. And then we will call this job done once we get 2 or 3 coats on this side. We'll show you what it looks like when it's done, guys. Okay guys, hey, we're done here. We've got 3 coats of paint on both sides, and with it being up here, we were able to get the edges real nice too, go around and make sure we had paint on the edges all the way around. So folks, backside's done really nicely too. We're gonna let these dry. We're just gonna let them sit out here and dry for probably a couple of days. We'll let the sun beat on it a little bit, and then we'll bring them inside and we'll use them with our EZ curl bar. And we'll probably run by Walmart, pick up 2 5-pound weights and 2 2.5-pound weights, so then we can just about do every combination on there from 2.5 pounds on up to about 100 pounds. So we got 80 pounds of weight right here. So we're going to do that. We'll add that to our collection of weights in the house, and Nathaniel and I will enjoy working out with those. Guys, that's how you restore some old nasty weights. Get out there and hunt some. Get on Craigslist, find you some. Luckily I had all these from my youth, but there'll be people you can get them dirt cheap and clean them up, paint them, and use them. Get in shape, guys. Make it happen. See you next time. Bye bye.